Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video from me. This is my second video in Pokemon TCG week. So yesterday we looked at my Pokemon Rabbit binder and today we're going to be looking at my Fairy binder. So just to recap, every day this week, so Monday through to Friday, we are going to be looking at my Pokemon cards and also my husband's Pokemon cards. That's Friday's video, that's the biggie. So I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video, which again was on my Rabbit binder. Today we are going to be looking at my Fairy cards. So this is my Fairy binder. Now just to clarify before we start, a lot of the Fairy Pokemon are now Psychic cards because the Fairy cards have been discontinued. So again, let's look at Alcremie here at the front. There are Fairy cards of Alcremie, but if you were to get Alcremie in, say, Prismatic Evolutions, which is the most recent one, I don't know if you can get her in there, this is just an example, she would be a Psychic card because, again, the Fairy cards no longer exist. They've been discontinued. So I may be one of the only people in the world that still collect original Fairy cards. Anyway, as you can see, we have some examples of Fairies. Again, this is a binder from Amazon. It is a fake. It is not a real Pokemon binder. Got Gardevoir there as well. So here is my Fairy binder. And there's going to be a lot of gaps here because what I'm doing is Fairy cards from oldest to newest. So as you can see, I have a full sleeve here that doesn't have anything in it because I don't have those cards. It's as simple as that. Now, this is a set I actually can complete because I don't think personally that they'll bring any more Fairy cards out. Like I say, they've been discontinued. They may bring one out as a celebration or something further down the line, but I personally don't think they will. So this is a set that I can actually complete. So my first card in here and my earliest Fairy card at the moment is Swirlix, and I just love how these look. Apologies if you can hear a dog in the background barking there. Then we have, I cannot pronounce the name of this Pokemon very well, Xerneas EX. I absolutely love that one. It's absolutely beautiful. And again, I'm not going to talk about which sets these come from because we'd be here for a while. But we have Flabébé there, Floette and Florges. I don't know how you pronounce that, so I hope I've said that right. Then we have Spritzee and Carbink. Then Clefairy, Clefable and Sylveon. Now you've already seen this Sylveon card in my Rabbit binder, so I did have to double up and buy two of those, of course. We have Klefki, again quite a lot of spaces. We have Swirlix and Dedenne. I like this one. This is my Diancie EX. I really, really do like that one. I think it's gorgeous. And I am collecting the Fairy cards purely for aesthetics, to be honest, because I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So we have Marill and Azumarill there. Then we have Togepi and Togekiss, so I'm missing Togetic. Then Carbink, Klefki, Ralts, Curlier, Cottony, as you can see there's a gap, which I'm assuming maybe Gardevoir. Then we have Cottony, Whimsicott, Mr. Mime, Snubbull, Gramble, Ralts, Flabébé, Floette, Florges and Spritzee here. This one is really, really interesting, if I can turn my binder around for you. Never seen a card like it. So I think these were the break cards. So I've pulled it out. As you can see, this card is sideways. I've never seen a card like it before. There are a few of them. This is the only one I have in my collection, personally. But in terms of the TCG, I have no idea how you actually play this card at all. It'll probably say on the card, not a clue. So I thought this one was pretty unique and I quite like it. Let's keep going. Again, my camera just does not like the glare of these. So we have Spritzee and Clefairy, Clefable, Flabébé, Floette, what we got here, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, again, you'll have already seen that one, so that's a double up. Mr. Mime, Snubbull, then we have Cottony and Whimsicott, we have Marill, and Azumarill. This one's one of my favourites. So this is a Gardevoir EX, and this is actually her in her shiny form. It's an M card, Mega I'm guessing. I'm not entirely sure how you use those, but this is her in her shiny form. Then we have Klefki. And again, please bear with me because I'm just sort of collecting the cards for the most part at the moment. It's my husband who's actively playing, but I am learning. So we have Snubbull and Gramble. Of course, I don't play with these because they are not game legal anymore, I don't think. So that's why they're not very well sought after. So again, I may be one of the only people that still collects these. But we have Cutiefly, Rimbombi, Clefairy, Clefable, Cottony, and this is my first reverse holo, which is Whimsicott. And I will take it out because I do think it's absolutely beautiful. So that's the normal. And so I do have the normal behind it. And come on you, let me get it out. There we go. Look at that. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I believe the Rimbombi is a holo, but you can't really see in this light. So moving on, we have Ralts, Curlier, we have Diancie. Is that the first Diancie card? possibly. Cutiefly, Rimbombi, again, beautiful reverse holo there. We have Morlul, Shiinotic, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, again, that's a double up if you watch yesterday's video. Morlul, Shiinotic, Flabibi, Floette, Florges, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sylveon, again, a double up. Dedenne, Klefki, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Marill, Azumarill, so you've seen those two before. Snubbull, Gramble, Ralts, Curlier, Dedenne, Carbink, I really like Carbink, Cutiefly, Rimbombi, Morlul, I think that was a... No, it wasn't. I thought that was a shiny. Shiinotic. This is the first time we're seeing Tapu Lele, I believe. Lele, whatever you like. Then we have Jigglypuff. That's a holo. We have Snubbull, Clefairy, Togepi, Togetic, Cottony, Spritzy, Whimsicott, Dedenne. As you can see, obviously there's only a certain amount of fairy Pokemon. Clefairy, Jigglypuff, another Clefairy. Then this is one of my favourites, the Alolan Ninetales. Absolutely love this card. Then we have Cottony, Whimsicott. So just going back to the Alolan Ninetales, they're the ones that are a little bit harder to find. A lot of these cards are pence, to be honest with you. So it may look like I've got a lot, but in monetary value I actually haven't. But some of the Alolan Ninetales are quite hard to get. Then we have Flabibi again, Floette, Florges. Then Swirlix, Slurpuff, Sylveon, and finally, the last fairy card they ever released, so I don't have the first, but I do have the last, is this Xerneas EX from the Celebrations set. So that's all my fairy cards, but I do have my fairy energy cards here. So this is every single one we've got from random sets and everything else. I have kept them all. And this is also where I keep my trainers. So I might as well show you my trainers actually while we're here. This is where I keep my trainer cards. So we have Cassiopeia. These are all illustrations. I've got a double Cassiopeia. We have the two Briars. I absolutely love Briar. These are nothing to do with fairies. This is just where I keep them. We have Miriam, Geeta, Jasmine's Gaze, Tulip, Lacey, Penny, Cassiopeia and Briar there. And then my only items, my husband's got a lot of the items, Capturing Aroma, Fog Crystal, Captivating Pokepuff and Love Ball. And I really, really want an Ace Spec for Love Ball, but they won't do it. So Ace Specs, you will see on Friday's video, they are basically pink cards. And there's more to them than that, but that's just in a basic form. They're pink cards. And I would love a Love Ball, but they won't do it. But I'm hoping for an Ace Spec Love Ball, but it's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. And that's it. That's my full fairy binder with a couple of trainers mixed in there at the end. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow's video is going to be my cats, dogs, foxes and bears binder. That's just what I decided to collect, so roll with it. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, bye EMbers.